Hey YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Charity Unscripted. Hey y'all, how your mama and them doing? How everybody? I try to be serious, I really do, but let me be serious. So I got on my Representation Matters shirt. Y'all probably see it flip, but that's okay. Because today's topic is very Representation Matters based. Get my trusty handy dandy laptop together. We're gonna get through this together. So today's topic was unfortunately brought to my attention from this TikTok. Here it is. Boom.
You flat out lied to me. Like actively and passively lied to me. Using me like a backup, letting me think that this could actually be something.
Um, I don't know what I was doing when I first watched the TikTok actually, but I was sitting on the couch, but I was like kind of floored by the TikTok because I kind of knew that this was a thing, but I didn't know it had a name, and I didn't know it was as big as what I had already witnessed. So, like, the black girlfriend, there's a definition on that TikTok, but if you didn't catch it, I'm gonna read it again. Um, the disposable black girlfriend refers to a common trope in which black female characters are often served as temporary love interests, only to be past, like once they break up or split up, the white love interest, the person they're with, goes to their one true love. And majority of the time, the black girlfriend and the white love interest have a better connection and a better chemistry than the main love interest. So there's like there's a white character, black girlfriend, they're together. He leaves the black girlfriend to go with the white character that's also in the show that is the main love interest. So that's why she gets the disposable black girlfriend. She's just there to kind of like, in some instances, she's there to like build him up, make him a better person so that he's like better for the white character, the new love interest, well, like the main love interest. It's just terrible all around. I really don't want to continue the definition for y'all. My bang, it's looking right. It's looking right. It's kind of in my eye right now, but it's looking right, y'all. I'm just trying to make sure I keep messing with it. But yes. But another thing about this trope is that it also applies to the disposable black love interest, because it also applies to black men, but also it applies to just people in color in general. So not just disposable black girlfriend, but it could be like the disposable Asian girlfriend, the disposable Mexican girlfriend. So it kind of applies to us POCs. Yes, it's real stupid. It's really like disheartening, the way that it's happening. It's something that's still currently happening. It's a trope that has a name. Like, it's worse than the black best friend. One thing I can say about this trope, it kind of feels like a fine. Y'all don't want to be the black best friend no more. Y'all want to be the token black person. Well, y'all still gonna be the token black person, but y'all could be the love interest. Y'all can deserve love. You black women deserve love, but you just can't be the main love interest. That's what it feels. It's like a here. Fine, I'm tired of arguing. It's like that type of trope, like the feeling of it all. Or it's also a way for shows that are being called out for being too whitewashed, to clean up their act very quickly and like quick and in a hurry. And I have two big examples: Friends and Sex in the City. These are very big shows, still to this day, that take place in New York, and they have an all-white cast. Now, if you actually go to New York, it's definitely not like that. But that's something that people are pointing out. So in Friends, Charlie Wheeler is a black lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. I've never seen Friends, so I'm sorry. But if I'm not mistaken, she's a black lawyer who dates Joey and Ross. But her disposable trait comes from when she's with Ross. it seems like their relationship ends when she goes back to her ex. That's how she gets written out. But this allows for Ross and Rachel to get back together. So I saw it in like a Reddit that this was like foreshadowing. This is considered a foreshadowing, but it's like this. I feel like she was brought on because the show was being called out for being too whitewashed. That is my go on Goddess opinion because it is. I didn't think there were any black people in Friends only because the joke is like, oh, there is no black people in Friends. When I heard this, I was like, oh, this was their cleanup. She was the diversity hire. So there's that. And Sex in the City, Miranda, I've never seen Sex in the City, so please. This is what I saw on TikTok. This is what I researched. Miranda and Dr. Robert Leeds. So those Dr. Robert Leeds is the disposable black love interest. Again, a show in New York, all white cast. Blair Underwood gets casted during when like around the time the show is being attacked for not having any diversity. You can tell that he's like diversity hired. Like sometimes you can just tell the person was hired for being called out or just to add some color to the screen because Miranda had the way he joins the cast or him and Miranda get linked is that he's trying to get on this like board and none of the board members want to let him in because he black. When Miranda is like, guys, we have to let him in. Like we have to you guys are not letting him because he's black. So essentially the showrunners were like, we're getting called out for being whitewashed. Let's add a black doctor in. Okay, period. Blair Underwood, real cute, real fine. And then we're gonna have some, prejudice in the show because it's like, we see race, we understand race, we see it, we hear it, we write it. Just mess, just mess. That's it. That's all. And I hear some other examples that I don't want to say blew my mind, but kind of caught me off guard because these examples were the ones that I witnessed, but didn't realize that this had a name. But it always kind of just like looped me a little bit, and I'll explain that in a minute. But Danny Phantom, the show, but Danny and Valerie, they are together. They date in a few episodes, but then they break up because Valerie can't date Danny. And this leads Danny to end up with his girl best friend. Now, mind you, I ain't seen the show since I was literally a kid. So I don't remember the girl best friend's name. I know she was the goth character. I'll put a picture. So there was that. Austin Moon and Kira Starr. After this relationship, he ends up with Allie. Again. They were together. Austin and Kira, they were together, but then they broke up. I don't remember why, but I know they did, and he ends up with Allie. I'm not saying, and see some of these examples, some of these not even examples, because this is the trope. This is the evidence. But some of these characters, I don't think some of them I'm like, okay, maybe they shouldn't be with the black girlfriend, but because I feel like Austin should have been with Allie. Like, even though Kira didn't have to be disposable, he ain't have to. I feel like he's supposed to be with Allie. Like, if I'm trying to explain what I was seeing like ridiculous. Like, I'm trying to find the right words. So like essentially, in that example, I feel like Austin should have been with Allie. But I just feel like they could have cast somebody else with Kira. Yeah, that's what I mean. Saved by the Bell. I grew up watching Saved by the Bell, so I watched shows that were way past my time. Not past, way before my time. I grew up watching shows that were before my time, hence a different world. Hence my decom knowledge starts in 2002. I was born in 2006, not just 2006. Let me not forget that. But Saved by the Bell, Lisa and Zach. Now this one to get a little tricky. Lark and Mark Paul, their real names, dated in real life during the show's run for about 3 to 4 years. I think the show has like 5 seasons. But see, Saved by the Bell had like the Good Morning Show before it became Saved by the Bell, and then it had the college years, and Saved by the Bell has like 3 movies. So it's, during that time they did it for like 3-4 years. That's when the network, the show, decides we're going to have their characters' romance happen because they've been friends forever. On the show, they've been friends forever. So in one episode, like a few episodes before the show's finale, Lisa and Zach get together. And they say they're gonna stay together. Like they're like, oh yeah, this right here, this is it for me, baby. This is it for me, baby. But then the next episode, their relationship does not get mentioned anymore. Like the rest of the episodes of the season, their relationship doesn't get mentioned anymore. And he's trying to get back with Kelly. The reason that their relationship, Zach and Lisa's relationship, doesn't get talked about anymore is because the fans hated Lisa and Zach together. I guess they didn't know that these people were together in real life, but the network received so much hate mail because of this episode, they just did away with it. Now, the one thing I find interesting about this hate mail situation is because before Lisa and Zach get together, he's already been broken up with Kelly. So they didn't get no hate mail during the episodes when he and Kelly was just broken up, whatever. But as soon as he make his way over to Lisa, real cute, real fine, it becomes a problem. And also, I remember in that episode that Lisa is like, she asked Kelly like her opinion about her and Zach, and she seemed fine with it. So I guess the hate mail, they just didn't want to see my good sister with the main character, with Zach, the one that all the girls was after. They didn't want to see that. So that example, the Saved by the Bell example, brings me into my next subtopic: how white fandom and this trope go hand in hand. I've never seen Invincible, but Amber, that's the black girlfriend in that show who gets done dirty. She gets so much hate. Like on Reddit, TikToks, whatever, Twitter, they do not rock with Amber. And I didn't really see any reason why they don't rock with Amber. I guess that's not like to the comics. I guess her being black was like not to the comics or whatever, something. People don't rock with Amber in Invincible. But allegedly, once her and the man she was with broke up, like the fandom cheered. They cheered. Like they did not like her and whoever together. They cheered when they broke up. Now, The Summer I Turned Pretty, Nicole and Conrad, they're together. They seem like they have a good jolly time, and Conrad leaves Nicole for Belly. Now, I've only seen the first season of To All the Boys. Not To All the Boys, Jesus. The Summer I Turned Pretty, but I know this is like season 2, and they're waiting on season 3, so I guess we'll see. We'll see with that. I don't know if I'm saying no spoilers. I'm sure, this kind of spoiled it for me, but I'll put a disclaimer in the beginning about spoilers. Nicole receives a lot of hate on TikTok, and just because the fandom likes Belly, and I understand that because the show is about Belly, but Nicole ain't had to get done dirty. That'd be my whole point with this whole thing. These women did not have to get done dirty. It could have been casted by anyone else. Like, why do we have to dive into this trope? Like, why can't he just go with another white person? Him mama white, he white. He could be with, I guess they don't want the Asian on Asian hate. He could end up with another Asian girl. I don't know. But we don't have to do the disposable black girlfriend trope. I don't get it. I don't understand. But this leads me into Jenny Han. Jenny Han has been named the ringleader of this trope. And because of Summer I Turned Pretty, John Ambrose To All the Boys. Now, I don't really think he counts considering that he's a recast. Them casting a black character for John Ambrose was a recast. So I don't think that one counts. But also, in XO Kitty, there's a black disposable girlfriend in there. So, Jenny, I got my eye on you. Because I really rocks with you and how you have, brought representation for your culture, but it seems like you bringing down my culture. Let's fix that. Let's do a little better with these next few shows. Because I know she has other books. I'm sure she has other books. I know she has other shows, but I enjoy her showing her culture, but she don't got to bring down my culture. You get it? You understand? That's how I feel. Yeah, she kind of dogging us out a little bit. Shonda Rhimes has also been accused of this, but I'll just read, for liking this trope in Bridgerton, Colin and Maria Thompson. Now, was she trying to scam him because she was already pregnant? Yes. But I do think this kind of fits into the trope because he ends up with Penelope in the later seasons, and Penelope does everything in her power to break up Maria, and Colin because she knows Maria's pregnant. So I think that one is a little bit different because of the circumstance, the situation, but I think it still fits in this trope. And also in Grey's Anatomy, when Jackson leaves Stephanie for April, now I'm Japril. I love Jackson and April together. I think their storyline, I think their friends to lovers storyline is great. I feel like they went through very hard things as a couple, and they got past that, but then they didn't, and then they got past it, and then they got back together. So it was a whole thing. I love April. I love Jackson and April together. But how he does Stephanie so dirty. Like they didn't drag him through the dirt like I wanted. Like he needed to be. He needed to be dragged through the mud. But I think because the Grace fans love Japril, that's why he didn't get, dragged enough. But poor Stephanie, she didn't deserve that. She met his mammy. She finally got comfortable. And then like the card she was dealt after that, she just her whole character, I love Stephanie on Grey's Anatomy, but she was done dirty by Jackson and she should have gotten a happy ending. That's just me in my opinion. But I don't think that counts. I don't think that the Grey's Anatomy one counts because Jackson's half black, so he leaves Stephanie for April, but Stephanie's black, he's half black. I don't really think that worked. I don't think that fit. Other examples, Bonnie and literally everybody she's with in Vampire Diaries. She just gets done dirty each and every season, each and every time. These are some other shows and examples. Sean and Vanessa in The Boy Meets World, Hazel and Degrassi. They said literally everybody Hazel is with in Degrassi, they leave her or something. That's what I saw. Archie, Valerie in Riverdale, and then Shauna Page and Emily in Pretty Little Liars. So I've never seen Boy Meets World, Degrassi, Riverdale, or Pretty Little Liars. But also Batman. Wait, flag. You know how like every other time I've done an example, it's been a couple. They said Batman as a whole is the disposable black girlfriend trope, and I'm not laughing because the trope itself is not a laughing matter. However, I don't really think Batman counts. But let me just say what I wrote down. So it's been proven in Black Batman media that he loved him a chocolate woman. He loved him some black women. Amanda Waller, Catwoman, and I'm forgetting somebody else. I was trying to find the comic screenshot, the comic picture that I'm looking for. He with somebody else that's another black lady. I can't find it, but those are the two obviously that I could remember off the top of my head. But Batman just be outside, and that's why I think he don't fit this trope, because he don't really end up with somebody 100% for them to be disposable. Like for him to realize he want to be with somebody else, at least from what I've seen. And yeah, I mean, the people claim Batman just be leaving these black women, and I'm not saying he don't just be leaving them, because I don't know. I haven't seen every piece of Batman media, but he leave everybody. He just be messing around. Like he just be leaving everybody, no matter the race. He be outside with everybody. He be with every race, all the things. So I really don't think Batman is a good example for this trope. Now, one thing about this trope that I didn't like, not one thing, one of the many things about this trope that I didn't like, is that a lot of the media that are used in this trope as an example are in kid and teen based media. Like Saved by the Bell, Danny Phantom, Austin and Ally, To All the Boys. Like all of these examples are very like for churn. And I'm like, why? I mean, the whole trope itself is a big why, but it's in a lot of kid and teenage media. And I don't know if that's these networks trying to say black women can't be main love interest, or they can't they're not made for relationships. I don't know what the psychology of that is, but I don't like it. I don't want to research it 100%. I think that's weird. Like I said, the whole trope itself is weird, but the fact that it's in all this young people media, I don't like that. I mean, Riverdale, Degrassi, Riverdale, Pretty Little Liars, The Boy Meets World. I mean, that's for children. Those are like teenage, young adult, YA pieces of media, and they're big. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that this trope is being used still to this day. And I saw that this term was coined by I'm gonna put the screenshot right here. It was coined by I think she's actually African. Don't quote me on that, but I saw that this term, the Black Disposable Girlfriend, was coined by this woman in 2019. But based on my list, and just when you look at media with a closer eye now, you'll see that this was happening way before 2019. Like, not even just in years before 2019, way before 2019. So my thing is, I've listed all of my information, all of my examples, but there are so many more, and there are so many more that I probably don't even remember that I've witnessed, that I've seen myself. I mean, just think about it in books, movie, shows, like, just everything. It's just like I don't like it. I'm just so sick of it. I don't like it. And I do think that's really weird they putting it in kids media. Like Danny Phantom, Nickelodeon. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't like it. I don't like that. And then another thing about this trope, which I also said in the definition, is that the characters really be having more chemistry with the black girlfriends, have more chemistry with the white man than the white main love interest. Like, for example, Saved by the Bell. And I guess this is because Lark and Mark Paul dated in real life. They obviously had more chemistry than Zach and Kelly. But even before, if you look through the whole Saved by the Bell show, you can tell, like, you can just tell they had better chemistry than Kelly and Zach. Like, it's just proven. Other examples, like, oh my gosh, my tab closed again. But other examples of this, like Bonnie and Damon, like they have a better chemistry than Damon and y'all, it's leaving me. Elena. Clear. But technically, Bonnie and Damon never got together, but shoot, yeah. I just think that's just so interesting that they be getting rid of these people that be having better chemistry than the main love interest, the main woman, the main person that the white man is supposed to see and be like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so sorry, but I gotta go be with this other person that I'm supposed to be with. Like, the black girlfriend is supposed to make them realize they're supposed to be with this other person. It's just weird. I don't understand it. Now, this trope. Okay, we're done with the laptop. The thing I want to say about this trope is these characters, well, the actors that played the disposable black girlfriends, I don't know if we need to make a support group, because these women did get paid for these roles. Is it sad that they are diversity? Essentially, these are all just diversity hires, or, well, majority of these examples are diversity hires. But these women got paid. They paid their bills. Rent was due. They did what they needed to do, and I'm not gonna bash that. Blair Underwood, he had bills to pay. Did he he played the role. They didn't force these people to play these roles. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. I'm not does representation matters? Does representation matter? Yes. But do we really want, when we say that, we don't want a Blair Underwood character where you're literally just hiring him because of your backlash. You should have hired him when the show first started. You should have hired him and plenty of other POC actors for Sex in the City, for Friends. Like, the show takes place in New York. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, the proof is in the pudding. But these characters, they got paid. The actors, they got paid. They did their job. They go home. Very professional. I bet that everything was very professional. But it's unfortunate. I feel like, y'all, the bang is bothering me. But I feel like that these characters could have been long term with the partners they were with. I don't think that this needs to continue ever. Like, this whole thing is mess. And that's why it's so disheartening and so annoying. And y'all, I wish I could have like somehow recorded my reaction to this, but I was absolutely floored because I knew that this was a trope, but I didn't know it had a name. I didn't know it was a thing. Didn't know it was a trend. I didn't know this was something people did. People indulged in the writer's room. I didn't. It's ugly. I don't like it. It's rude. That's what it is. It's rude to Black women that we can't be love interest, and we can. I guess it's not, because technically they are love interests, but they can't be the main love interest. Like, the disposable Black girlfriend trend. Like, the character is written to be thrown away. The character is written to be put in the trash. But like I said, the actors' rent was due. They had to do what they needed to do. I'm not trying to bash these actors. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to bash the writers' room. I'm bashing the creators. I'm bashing networks. Because who cares that you got hate mail? Who cares? The show was ending anyway. Let Zach and Lisa be together, you know? Let these other characters be together. Another example of this was The Good Doctor. The Good Doctor. And like, before, I forgot his freaking name. But before The Good Doctor gets married, who he gets married to, he ends up with a Black girl. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what transpired. But I'm sure she ain't have to just be written to be thrown away. I'm sure of it. So, what's y'all opinions about this in the comments? Are there any other examples that you can think of that I didn't name or didn't mention or didn't see? Please put it in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Like, this YouTube channel, these videos are to have conversations. I need to comment. I need to say things. I need to see what you guys are thinking. Because this whole thing really took me by surprise. And you know what? That's another thing. When I talked about this with my mom, she was like, but no, Zach really did love Lisa. And I'm not saying he did it. The characters themselves aren't the problem. It's the writers. Because Zach did love Lisa. Like, what's another example of this that I can say? What's another example of this I can say that I know they was actually like together? You need my laptop back. Oh, the people that was rocking with Bonnie, they really did like her, but they just walked. They just didn't stick around. So, what's y'all opinions about this in the comments? Let me know. We'll have a conversation. And maybe I might do a video of other tropes, of Black tropes, if it's not too painful, because this one was a little painful to research. It was, but you know, we'll see. Y'all let me know. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Charity Unscripted. Always remember that representation matters. Remember, representation matters, and we aren't disposable. One thing about a Black woman, she's not disposable. We are the beauty standard, and that's on period.